Did you know that when Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis passed away in 1994, one of the former First Lady's close relatives was completely cut out of her will? Who was it? Keep watching to find out. Former First Lady Jackie Kennedy was widowed after her husband, President John F. Kennedy, was assassinated in Dallas, Texas on November 22, 1963. They had been married for a decade. The two first met at a party in Washington, D.C. in 1952. Then, in 1953, the couple wed in Newport, Rhode Island. The Kennedys would have 4 children in their marriage, and they suffered a lot of loss. The birth of their first child, reportedly nicknamed Arabella in 1956, was a stillbirth. In 1957, they welcomed another daughter named Caroline. Afterward, the couple's first son, JFK Jr., was born in 1960. The Kennedys would also welcome a second son they named Patrick in 1963, but he didn't live past 2 days, says First Ladies. The newborn's death happened in August 1963, just 3 months before his father's assassination. After JFK's death, Jackie would become Jackie Kennedy Onassis. When she married Greek businessman Aristotle Onassis in 1968, the marriage was a shock for many Americans who felt like the former First Lady was moving on too soon. Yet the couple stayed married up until Aristotle Onassis' death in 1975. The twice-widowed Kennedy Onassis would outlive her last husband by 19 years before her own death on May 19, 1994, of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Now she's in God's hands. There's been an enormous outpouring of good wishes.
Jackie Kennedy Onassis was survived by her 2 living children, Caroline and John Jr., and 3 grandchildren. She never remarried after Onassis died, but at the time of her death, she was partnered with Maurice Templesman. She would die in the New York City apartment she shared with him. A month after her death, her last will and testament was revealed, according to the Washington Post. In her will, she named Templesman as the executor and left him a Greek statue. The apartment they lived in together was left for Kennedy Onassis' 2 children. They also received $500,000, evenly split with $250,000 for each. Along with the money, Caroline and John Jr. were also granted the principal funds from a trust their father created. All the furniture and other belongings in her apartment, as well as 2 properties in Martha's Vineyard, were left to the Kennedy children. Yet, one of the standout requirements of the will was also left to them. The children were given some of their mother's personal documents with special instructions stating they would never be made public. Kennedy Onassis didn't leave her young sister Lee Radswell anything, but did grant her niece and nephew income from a $1 million trust, per the Washington Post. It's unclear why Radswell was left out of the will, but one could assume that it has to do with the possibility that the sisters were not on good terms. Before Aristotle Onassis married Kennedy, he was purportedly dating the younger sister first. When the news of their engagement broke, Radswell was devastated, and though she supported the pair, the coupling reportedly fractured their sisterhood, according to Vanity Fair. Other inheritors named in the will were close friends Nancy Tuckerman and Rachel Mellon, who also received $250,000 in 2 paintings, respectively. The remainder of the money left was directed to be placed in a charitable trust to be accessed by Jackie's 3 grandchildren, Rose, Tatiana, and John Schlossberg, all of whom were from her daughter, Caroline Kennedy Schlossberg. Jackie Kennedy Onassis' stepbrother, Hugh Auchincloss III, would inherit the family's Hammersmith farm in Newport, Rhode Island, per the Washington Post. Her mother, Janet Lee Bouvier, left it to her, but the farm was actually in the Auchincloss family for generations. Because of Bouvier's marriage to Hugh D. Auchincloss Jr., she inherited the land when he died and left it to her oldest daughter. The farm was where the Kennedys got married in 1953. Both Kennedy Onassis and Auchincloss III grew up in the home, and though she had other step-siblings, the two were very close. He was living in the home at the time of his death, also of lymphoma, in 2015, according to the Associated Press. When Kennedy Onassis died, her estate was estimated to be worth $43 million, per an estimate by the estate's executors. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about people from history are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.